responsible for India.
And welcome back to George Square in Glasgow, and two of the Asian sides now taking to the field, India and Indonesia. The Indian players going through their national anthem. And the Indians ready to make their mark on the tournament, and the colourful Indonesian side as well. And an intriguing matchup to come, and a few of the Indonesian supporters in the crowd getting into the spirit. And I'm also delighted to say Abhijit Barse, the Indian team manager, is here with me in the commentary box. Abhijit, how much are you looking forward to this game?
Oh, quite a lot. I mean, this looks like a very interesting opponent team also to actually work with.
Well, what do you expect from your players at this tournament? What are they likely to bring in a football sense, and what will the players themselves take from it?
So on the good side, we landed in Edinburgh 2 days ago, so they had a chance to actually get a little acclimatized to the weather, because that was one of our biggest worries. So we got to play one game, and you know, I feel they're much more relaxed and are going to bring a little bit more experience this time.
This is good weather for Scotland. Believe me, it can get a lot worse. But hopefully we get a week with good weather. It does occasionally happen. Yeah. So how did the selection process go for you with the players?
So every year we start with our own national championship, which is held almost between December and February. We invite about 16 national teams from across the country. We then shortlist 2 per team to 32 players, and the list keeps on, goes. There are 2 selection trials, and at the end of 2 selection trials, we whittle it down to 16, and then the documentation starts, and we sort of lose a lot of players in the documentation process because of the obvious problems we face with documents.
Well, Prabhahar, the number 10 for India, making an early start. And here he is again. Went for the flicked effort. confident player? He looks it. And that's stolen back by India. Hammering the shot in, but too high. Well, one of the really interesting characters at this tournament is the Indonesian goalkeeper, Eman Suleman. Number 7, Shivam, knocking the ball forward, and it's tucked in by number 11, Longatan. The Indonesian goalkeeper beaten for the second time, but a real character. He's had to fight so many difficulties in his life, and well, what spirit to come and be involved in this tournament. And he's a good goalkeeper as well. Incredible story.
Each team must have one player in the attacking half of the pitch at all times. And as with most indoor games of football, there's a
well, Abhijit, do your players come here hoping to win the tournament?
Yes, actually, yeah, they have quite a lot of hopes this year, because we had an international coach, which is Andy, who came down to Chennai and trained with them, and this hasn't happened a lot before. So they are expecting quite a lot out of themselves and out of the tournament.
Who are the players we should watch out for in your side? Just early on, the number 10, Prabhahar, looks a tidy player.
Yes, and then there's Sai, who scored the first goal, number 11, and Shivam. Of course, Shivam happens to be the team captain as well. And very interestingly, he has came through a very difficult circumstances as well to be here.
Well, not to forget about the Indonesians at all. A fine strike from number 17. That's Ronnie Sayamsudin. And he's got them back in it. They didn't have the best of starts, but this is better from Indonesia. And the ball across, finds 13. Great save by the goalkeeper, Shazad Muhammad. Sayamsudin, and it almost squeezed through. Good save by Suleman to keep out Prabhahar. So what are some of the difficulties that some of your players have gone through in their lives?
Starting with Shivam, who is our captain, comes from a very difficult background out of Delhi slums, and had to sort of run away from home quite early. Although he did return back to his family, but you can see that attitude change that comes after you've been out of the family. For Sairam, it was again something similar. He's from Chennai, and one of the very difficult slums in Chennai. So most of them would have a similar sort of upbringing, where their parents are working as daily wage laborers, and the kids are actually not cared for much. So they end up getting into all sorts of troubles, and sometimes even very difficult legal hassles as well.
Well, Indonesia have drawn level. Their captain, Visnu Vantoro. That's an interesting opening 4 minutes. What have you made of it so far? Because you started so well, but you're being pegged back now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm quite surprised by the way the team Indonesia took charge of the situation again. I mean, like they did look a little sort of out of, and then they're now back. But I think India will bounce back. I think they are just
well, right on cue. Sayamsudin with his second goal, 3-2 to Indonesia. Is this your first involvement at the Homeless World Cup? Have you been before?
No. Actually, I think this is my 5th time I'm here. So
incredible.
I've been to a lot of Homeless World Cups. It's just that last 3 editions I preferred to train my staff who came here. Yeah.
Well, this is a really interesting game. 3-2 to Indonesia. This is the number 17, Sayamsudin. 5 is Anindito. Well, you've got to be careful when you're at the side of the pitch here in Glasgow. Number 5, Anindito, denied by Shahzad. Clearance fired at Prabhahar. Now Indonesia can break. Strong challenge coming in from Sairam. So the goal won't count. Free kick and a quick change for India. Who's coming on here?
This is Johnny.
Yeah. What sort of a player is he?
Johnny is quite active. Johnny comes from Kolkata. Actually, our team this time is truly national. We have players from all 4 corners of the country. And Johnny happens to be from the east side of the country, so which is actually known for their football.
Is football very much a growing sport in India? Of course, you have to compete so much with cricket.
Yeah, it is actually. I mean, but you know, right now is the time where you see a lot of development happenings with the FIFA Under-17 Cup happening next year in India, and so many own leagues starting and private clubs popping up. So it's really good time to be in the sport now.
Do any of these boys take their interests to other sports?
No, actually no.
All football?
Yeah.
No cricketers? An Indian team with no cricketers?
No. I mean, if you put a bat, they will obviously play. But if it is lying there and nobody's playing, they wouldn't pick it up to just pass time also.
I suspect they'd still be an awful lot better than most. Well, that's the half-time whistle. It remains 3-2. And after India strode into a 2-0 lead, they've been pegged back by Indonesia, who have shown real determination to come back into this game and overturn it. They lead 3-2 at the break.
Hey. Can you take a picture of us? I have now done.
Well, Abhijit, the players getting ready for the second half. You find yourselves in Group G. What are the key matches for you in your group? Sorry, your group. Yeah, Group G.
Yeah, as you can see, we are against Mexico and Argentina. So I think they would be the biggest sort of competitors we are up against.
Yeah, Group G contested by Mexico, Indonesia, who we're seeing here, Argentina, India, Cambodia and Burkina Faso. A bit of an unknown quantity, the Africans. Bottom ranked team, but fairly fancied. Oh, it's a good hit by number 9 and captain Vinci Vantoro. And Indonesia just beginning to get a stronger foothold in this game, and tucked home by number 13. Fine finish. And at 5-2, well, this isn't the start that you were looking for in the second half, Abhijit.
No, not at all. I mean, I thought they would control a little bit more. But yeah, it's quite disappointing to see them actually get beat on so easily.
Well, a long time still to go. It's early on in the second half. And as we've seen in previous games, goals can come very, very quickly indeed. Have you taken in any of the other matches?
No.
No?
No.
So
no.
looking after your boys.
Yeah.
Well, this is a big moment. Indian captain with the penalty.
Wow.
Oh, great save by the goalkeeper, Iman Suleiman, denying the Indian captain, Sohan. And now, well, that could inspire Indonesia to see this game out. What a great moment from their goalkeeper. Johnny just unlucky to avoid contact with the ball there as it pinged off the advertising boards. An event so well supported by the sponsors. Johnny, oh, what a touch!
Ah!
Well, Johnny setting up Prabhahar. That would have been one of the goals of the tournament so far.
Yeah.
Here's Johnny. Well, again, denied, and well, Suleiman's putting in a bid for man of the match here, the Indonesian goalkeeper. And not to be undone or forgotten about, Shahzad Mohammed making an excellent stop too. Well, Indonesia goes 6-2 up. Nandi, who's got a couple of goals actually.
Wow.
So Indonesia leading by 6 goals to 2 pitch one against India.
Is Syam Sudin. He's just closed off. Johnny has a battle at the corner flag. Shivam. And then Prabhahar. Well, the ball just sitting loose. And Indonesia first to react and profit. Angga Permadi. Well, an incredible turnaround this. When you think India were 2-0 up, now trailing by 7 goals to 2, 7 unanswered goals. Who's next up for you?
The girls play Chile.
Okay.
I think that's it for today.
And who's to look out for in your women's team?
Well, there's Palomi and Christina. They are really like, I mean, their size actually may be small, but they are very fast on the pitch, so they just keep running.
Chance here on the counter-attack. And slid home by the captain.
It was Sohan.
Ah, yes. Mikal. It's good we've got you to keep us right here. But coming straight back into it, Indonesia score their 8th goal of the game. Here is Mikal, but a bit of a shoulder charge there. Have to say, I do prefer the teams that have their names on their jerseys. It makes it a lot easier. So thank you for that. And a change in goal for Indonesia. And their man getting a massive cheer. So what will be your plans for this evening? Get the players rested up?
Absolutely.
Will you enjoy the European Championships final tonight?
Yes. The team is rooting actually for France.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why is that? Same colour strips?
Yes, I mean, we had a couple of volunteers coming down from France and training them, so they feel that sort of connection with the country.
Good. I think most teams might be looking to tune into the game later on tonight.
Yeah.
Of course, in Scotland, we try not to talk about the European Championships too much because we're kind of the only team that didn't qualify. Well, Mikal with the foul. Here he is again. He's got Shivam outside him. Said they work it out to the right-hand side, but gifted back to Indonesia, who couldn't quite work the counter-attack. Here come India to finish with a flourish. It's a fine challenge. Johnny blocked off by number 4, Parmadi. Well, Abhijit, sum up your assessment of your side's opening game.
I think I can see now them playing a little bit better when they started, but it's already over.
Yeah, it started well. There's always something that you can take from a defeat. What did you learn?
I think the boys actually misjudged the Indonesians just by the looks, and I think that's a very stupid thing to do. I think they've learned their lesson now.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Unfortunate with the result, but thank you very much, and all the best for the rest of the tournament.
It's a pleasure being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, the full-time score, India 3, Indonesia 8.